Does anybody remember how cool QPR squad was back in like 2012, 2013, like that time period? Julio Cesar, Adel Tarat, Loic Remy, Joey Barton. There was some really damn cool footballers playing for Queen's Park Rangers at the time. And the club were throwing absolute money to make sure QPR stayed around in the Premier League and made an impact. I would compare it very similarly to what Wolves were a year or two ago. But unlike a team like Wolves, QPR were unable to sustain themselves in the Premier League despite throwing around big money and were relegated from the Premier League down to the Championship and have never returned since. That is until today. We're taking over QPR, the side from West London, and taking them not only back up into the Premier League, but I also want to make them champions of Europe, as today we rebuild QPR. And yes, I know, the obvious, being a Fulham fan, I feel like a bit of a traitor. I'll never rebuild Brentford or Sydney FC, but QPR, the fans have been asking for years. It's time to get it done. But if you guys do go on to enjoy today's QPR rebuild, make sure you leave a like on the video. Also, if you are new around here, make sure you bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below on the grind towards 400,000 subscribers. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not seen a rebuild video in the past, here are the rules. The objective of the rebuilds are to win the UEFA Champions League final. All games in the rebuild are simulated. We cannot use the new jump in feature in rebuilds. The Champions League final, however, must be played. And of course, do not get butthurt if I sell your favorite player. There's the rules and objectives. Now it's time to jump into the rebuild. So here is the side we are rolling with here in Season 1. Definitely some areas that need improvement, but also some strong sort of players. I look at the likes of Amos and Chair, who have decent potential, Willick as well. Some big name players. In terms of improvements in this first season, I want to bring in probably a new left back and a right midfielder. Also, I wanted to point out a player in the squad that some of you guys may not have heard of. It is Kian Prince. EA have added him to FIFA. He was a QPR Youth Academy player who unfortunately lost his life at a very young age. I believe he was involved in a stabbing, so rest in peace to Kian Prince. And I thought it was fitting to keep him in the squad and see if he can join us on this rise up the footballing pyramid, sort of a tribute in my own way. So we have made our first transfer as QPR gaffer. Mr. Rebuild, we have signed Tyrese Dolan here, bringing him across from Blackburn Rovers for £2.6 million. A player departure here as well. Joe Lumley headed to the MLS, signing with the Portland Timbers for 1.1 mil. If you know, you know. Charlie Kellerman, a career mode Hall of Famer, a rebuild Hall of Famer with Harrogate Town. We've got him again, boys. Gonna send him out on loan to Groningen this year. Another player off to the Portland Timbers. It is Lee Wallace this time, as we sell the Scotsman for £670,000. And the Ghanaian midfielder Albert Adama is headed to the Belgian League, £1.1 million. Just really trying to get as much money in as possible to make some signings, because unlike QPR earlier in the decade, we don't have a crazy amount of money to work with. But we've finally been able to get ourselves an upgrade at the left back position. Tyreek Mitchell signing here from Crystal Palace for 4.1 mil. And we are going to send the Finnish left back Nico Hamalainen. I don't even know, man. Let's go to call him Nico. Sending Nico on loan to Rangers. Whilst Joe Gubens is headed to Hibernian Hibs on loan. So there we go. That's not the most ridiculous transfer window ever to open up a rebuild. Sometimes we can have a billion players in, a billion players out. But I knew what I wanted to do this window. Still a bit of work to get done in Season 1. But we've got some players, some young, high potential English players into the squad. Hopefully Dolan and Mitchell can do a job for us. But this is what the starting 11 is now looking like after those two additions. Of course, it's like half a step back to step forward, because Dolan and Mitchell, in the grand scheme of the squad, aren't massive upgrades, but I'm more interested in what they can be like in 3 or 4 years' time compared to Season 1. I really did not know what to expect heading into this first season. I didn't know if we're going to be a playoff side, a promotion side, a mid-table or a relegation side, but all signs are pointing towards a playoff run, as we currently sit 6th in the championship, on the cusp of the playoffs on 48 points. So still going to get some business done here in the January transfer window, as we sell Marco Ramkilde off to Ajaccio in the French leagues for £230,000. Whilst Tom Carroll has been sent back, I believe. I'm pretty sure he used to play for Swansea back in the day, but Tom Carroll off to Swansea City for £1.1 million. Todd Kane also out of the club, off to Genk in the Belgian league for 1.45 mil. And we have replaced Todd Kane with a younger version. It is Dujon Sterling. The right back is coming across here on a permanent transfer from Chelsea. Another player coming across the Queen's Park Rangers from a West London club. I feel like so many ex-Fulham and Chelsea and really West London players end up at QPR. I think automatically I think of Bobby Zamora, you got Andy Johnson, so many of them. But there we go, Sterling into the club. I kind of wish it was Raheem Sterling, but Dujon will do for us. Hopefully he can play a key role in us getting playoff football or even further. So there we go, lads. We have claimed the final promotion, or the final playoff spot. I wish it was the final promotion spot. The final playoff spot. We finished 6th in the championship and have to battle it out with Swansea, Norwich and Brentford for the final Premier League spot to hopefully join Bournemouth and Watford back up in the Prem. At the other end of the spectrum, however, it's Wickham, Preston and Barnsley all relegated. Man City win the FA Cup. They also get their hands on the Carabao Cup. Unfortunately though, we have had our arse absolutely handed to us in the playoff semi-finals, Swansea beating us 4-1 on aggregate. And it is Swansea who thankfully take down Brentford in the playoff final and are headed to the Premier League. Liverpool have won the Jurgen Klopp derby as they take down Dortmund in the Champions League. Whilst it is Arsenal getting some silverware, Mikel Arteta's men beating Leicester 2-1 to win the Europa League. So there we go, lads. That is season number 1 done and dusted here at QPR. Building the foundations. Close somewhat to promotion, but we need to be a lot better and a lot more clinical next season. Let's get into it. Season 2 with QPR. Alright, kicking off season number 2, the potential charge for promotion. We have started off selling another player. I'm noticing a little trend of selling players to the MLS, but we have sent Macaulay Bone off to the Columbus Crew for 1.5 mil. Whilst Johan Barbet is off to Club Bruges, 2.4 million pounds for the French. Dominic Ball, gonna have to ball somewhere else, off to Norwich, 1.35 million pounds in the back pocket, really trying to build up to get some big signings into this club. Not a player departure, but it is a loan as Paul Smythe is off to Elche for the season. Same deal here with Charlie Kelman. Really want to see if we can replicate the sort of success we had with him at Harrogate Town, off to Atletico on loan. But there it is. It is a big addition to our backline. Axel Tuanzebe, the Manchester United centre-back, taking the step down to the championship in search of more game time, as we sign the Englishman from Manchester United for £7.5 million. Another player departure here, however, as Dylan Barnes is off to Nancy in the French league for 400k. And Odysseus Alpha is headed to Al Ain for £220,000. That is a cool last name. Just Alpha. That's a cool name. So there we go, the marquee signing of Tuanzebe into the starting 11. Still got a little bit of cash in the background, waiting to see what really the season's looking like, seeing if we need that extra little bit of encouragement, extra push in a hopeful promotion season. But this is what the starting 11 is now looking like. Huge growth already for a few players. I look at Tyrese Dolan. My man absolutely tore it apart last season. 75 overall. The average, like the one thing I love in a good side on a rebuild is when I can keep a lot of the starting 11 around the same overall mark. Growing together, thriving together, succeeding together. That's what I want. You absolutely love to see it, lads. On the 1st of January, we currently occupy 2nd in the championship in an automatic promotion spot, equal on points with Brighton, just a few goals behind in goal difference. Burnley breathing down our necks, but besides that, it's a somewhat comfortable start to the season. Still going to keep our foot on the gas, however, really want to get things firing. Lyndon Dykes sold the Scotsman to Club Bruges for £8.2 million. And that is so we could sign another player, a former Fulham player coming across to QPR. It is Josh Mayer, the Nigerian striker, joining us on a permanent deal from Bordeaux for £10.5 million. This kid is an absolute baller, and I want to help him unlock his true potential. There we go, a transfer window focused on number 9s. Dykes out, Maya in. Let's see if that's the final push we can get towards promotion. Ladies and gentlemen, QPR are back in the Premier League. We finished 2nd in the championship this season, 2 points behind Burnley. Brighton actually dropped out of the, they've had a mad fall off. Hopefully for their sake they go up through the through the playoffs, but ourselves and Burnley automatically promoted. At the other end of the table, however, Sheffield Wednesday, Gillingham, and Sunderland all relegated. It's another FA Cup for the trophy cabinet of Liverpool, whilst Man City get their hands on back-to-back Carabao Cups in this stage. Alright, I'm happy to see that. Brighton have won the playoff final 3-0 over Nottingham Forest and will be joining us in the Premier League. It's an El Clasico Champions League final which goes to Real Madrid, and AC Milan take down Atletico Madrid to win the Europa League on pen. Just quietly, Kian Prince absolutely tearing it apart right now. 40 goals this season, are you kidding me? 31 years of age, he's gone up +2 overall. My man is absolutely on fire this season. 40 goals. Thank you, Kian. Thank you. But there we go, lads. That is season number 2 done and dusted. We are back up into the Premier League. The Streets Won't Forget era is coming back to QPR. Maybe I'll go see if Adel Tarat's still about and kicking. But we're in the Premier League. Let's crack on with season 3. This new Premier League era for QPR begins. We haven't been able to sign a legend of football like Julio Cesar, but we've signed somebody that I hope can become a QPR club legend in Gregor Kobel. The Swiss goalkeeper is joining us from Stuttgart for £25.7 million. Meanwhile, we've gotten rid of our former #1 shot stopper as Dieng is headed to Atalanta for £8.7 million. We're starting to get some big offers in here for Kian Prince, and as much as I want to accept these and it would really help us out, just can't do it, man. I've got to be respectful, got to keep him in the club, and I want to see just how far we can grow this man. Looking to get some growth here out of Joe Walsh, so we have sent him off on a season-long loan move to Midtjylland. We signed a goalkeeper from Stuttgart, so we're sending one their direction in return as we send Liam Kelly to the Bundesliga for 2 mil. Another year, another loan move for Paul Smythe. There we go, not the most crazy start to life in the Premier League. Again, like I've done in previous seasons, not showing all my cards at once, not playing all my cards at once, trying to save some money for January, seeing who's progressing, seeing if we're in the relegation dogfight, and just adjusting accordingly. But this is what the team is looking like now. Definitely thriving in certain areas. That pickup of Kobel is going to be absolutely massive for us, but we're going to need a real team effort this season if we are a chance of surviving the relegation dogfight. Going to need Maya and Prince to absolutely bang in the goals like they did in the championship. Fingers crossed that continues to happen. Pardon me? We are 7th in the Premier League. Forget about a relegation battle at the moment. We're on the bloody cusp of European football. How is this happening? Our squad is like, it's okay. But I thought we were destined to be like 15th, 16th in the relegation picture. I did not think our squad was good enough to be in this spot. Like, yeah, certain rebuilds like the Wrexham one we did the other week, if that squad got in the Premier League, that team was absolutely gone. This team pales in comparison to a team like that, yet we sit 7th. I mean, I'm not complaining, I'm just surprised. Getting into some business here in January, however, we are loaning out Charlie Kelman once again to FC Schalke this year. Whilst the Northern Irishman, Charlie Owens, is headed to Sivasspor for 930k. And we have blown our cash, blowing the budget here, getting another big name player into the starting 11. It is Lucas Toussaint, the French defensive midfielder, joining us here from Hertha Berlin for £24.3 million. A huge addition to the starting 11, and I'm very excited to see what he can add to this squad. Toussaint is just a massive pickup for us. Legitimized the squad a lot more. Luke Amos has had good growth, but it's just a no-brainer to bring Toussaint into the club. So hopefully he can provide us and be a bit of a rock and maybe, just maybe, help us with the push for European football. All right, yep, a little bit of an adjustment back to reality in the second half of the season. We slide down the table just a bit, down to 12th in the Premier League here. That is fine by me. Honestly, this first season, the goal coming into it in my mind was, as long as we survive relegation, I'm a happy man. Sitting like 7th or 8th halfway through the season is gone, but I'll take 12th. If you said to me coming into the season, you'll finish 12th, that's sweet. It is Liverpool emerging as champions this season, however. While Southampton, Watford and Bournemouth are all relegated. It's another FA Cup title for Liverpool. Man City just can't stop winning Carabao Cups as they win that. Another one, that's 3 in a row, isn't it? PSG have won the Champions League final, whilst Tottenham take down Leverkusen to win the Europa League. Taking a look at our top scorers this season, Kian Prince has done it again. 22 goals for the Englishman. On fire. 13 goals, 9 assists there for Maya. Dolan on fire as well. This is just... I love it when my team shares the wealth. So we've had a pretty good start to life in the Premier League. 12th position here in season number 3. Let's just keep adding pieces to this QPR side and see if we can continue our rise up the table in season 4. So given the fact that we brought Tusa into the club last January, it means we really don't need to keep Luke Amos around. And when he's going for £10 million or so to Sporting, I'm happy to part ways with him to get that money in and improve the side. So we've sent Luke Amos to Sporting in the Portuguese League. £10.8 million coming back our way. Gonna go ahead here and try getting some young talents into the club as well. Stumbled upon this kid, Alexander Nsimba, a Belgian attacking midfielder. Looks like a bit of a beast. We are going to sign this Irish defender as well, Ethan McCormack, 68 overall, another good addition to the back line. Finding some good gems this season, honestly, lads. Luis Nieto Zarzosa, a Spanish goalkeeper, 19 years of age, 72 overall, another welcomed addition. Another year, another loan for Charlie Kelman. I'm determined. I mean, I would start him and help him get growth that way, but he's better off going to a club like Osasuna for the year on loan. Alright, I've decided we're going to make a big addition to the back line this season. Rob Dickey, credit where credit's due. He's been a good addition for us, a good player for us in this rebuild, but it's time to part ways. Rob Dickey headed to Real Betis for £16.2 million. And in response, we've scored ourselves a beauty, lads. Ben White, one of the hottest English defensive prospects at the moment, rumoured with a big money move to Arsenal in real life, but in this rebuild, Ben White has joined us here from Arsenal, funnily enough, for £40 million. Over the moon with that one. Great addition. Welcome to QPR, Ben White. I'm so glad we've recovered a part of our 40 million price tag there. £150,000 coming back here as we sell Faisal Batache to Line B, or however you pronounce it in the Swiss League or the Swedish League. 150,000 back. And we are going to send the English striker Ote on a season-long loan to Trabzonspor. So there we go. A little bit more business done in this 4th season. Big additions into the side. Very excited to see what Ben White can do for our backline this season. Him and Twanzebe hopefully able to lock up shop quite a lot. But let's go look at what the starting 11 is looking like now. So a little update for you guys. Dolan, 86 rated. Is just absolutely phenomenal. Again, a lot of the squad growing together. Need a little bit more growth though out of Sterling. When I signed Sterling earlier in the save, I thought he would have progressed a lot faster than this. So in all honesty, he might be next on the chopping block. Not as bright of a start to this season as we had last year, but we currently find ourselves dead middle in the table, 10th position with QPR here. After 21 games on 28 points. Need to pick it up a little bit this season, lads, whilst we continue to build the team in the background. Unfortunately, though, couldn't get any business done. I had Sterling transfer listed. I had a few offers that I was trying to get the most amount of money for him with, but it really made no sense because the money we would have got, we wouldn't have been able to get a significantly better improvement, if that makes sense. So I'm going to hold off right now, get a little bit more growth with the squad, and then adjust accordingly. Let's hope we can pick it up, however, in the second half of this season. Also, just wanted to let you guys know George Thomas will be leaving the club at the end of the season on a free transfer. Not too bothered about it, but he's a player leave. So we have picked it up slightly here in the second half of the season. Potentially, it depends on other results, if like Everton make Champions League or something, but we finish 8th in the Premier League, potentially going to make Europa League football, but not holding my breath. 10 points behind Man City. So actually, it's Man City finishing 7th in career mode is massive, but Tottenham are champions. At the other end of the spectrum, however, Newcastle United, Crystal Palace and Brentford have all been relegated. Manchester United take down Fulham to win the FA Cup. Whilst Burnley, they win the Carabao Cup. Fair enough. Liverpool win another Jurgen Klopp derby to win the Champions League. And it is AC Milan winning an all-Italian Europa League final. So there we go, lads. A little bit of a stoppage in growth. We had a great season last year, although to be fair, We did finish 4 spots higher this year, so still positive momentum, but I just want to take it to the next gear next season. A few players on the chopping block. Let's make season 5 a big one. Alright, so kicking off season number 5 here, Ethan McCormack. I want to see if we can grow him. I'm going to send him to Bournemouth on a season-long loan. Alright, boys, it's time to upgrade up top. Kian Prince has done his job beautifully, but we need to take that next step forward in our starting 11. Eddie Nketiah joining us here for £36 million from SC Freiburg, another Englishman into the squad. Paul Smythe, to be fair, I'm probably going to look to sell him next year, but I'm going to send him out on loan once again this year to SC Braga. Look, not the most ridiculous transfer window in the world. Eddie Nketiah is a great addition to the starting 11. I'm still torn between Sterling. He's had a little bit more growth compared to last year, but I don't know, man. It's going to be a big few months for him, whether he stays or goes. But hopefully Eddie Nketiah can provide similar results, really, to what Mayer and, most importantly, Kian Prince have been providing. This is what the starting 11 is looking like. Like I said, majority of the side in the 80s or above, except for Dujon Sterling. Dolan has just taken this rebuild by the balls. Dolan is up to an 89 rating. This kid is absolutely killing it. Our bench is looking good, but the starting 11, phenomenal. This is more like it. 6th position here, halfway through season number 5 on 37 points. We've got Everton and even Fulham at breathing down our necks, but in perfect jumping room to get ourselves not only a Europa League spot, but potentially even a Champions League spot. Getting into some transfer business here in January, we have decided to permanently cut ties with Armidi Otta. I guess, sorry if I mispronounced your name, mate, but we're sending him to Preston for £1.1 million. And I have decided to cut ties after years of speculation with Dujon Sterling. We're sending the Englishman to Serie A, headed to Hellas Verona for £7.8 million. In response, I haven't been able to do the best business in the world. I was hoping to get somebody a little bit better or a little bit younger, but we've gone ahead and got a slight little upgrade. Jordan Bayer, the German, joining us here from Borussia Mönchengladbach. Not somebody I see as being an endgame player, but definitely an upgrade. So a +3 upgrade at the right back role is most of the business we're going to do here in January. Hopefully that's the little tweak we need to the side to get ourselves into a potential European spot. Get in there, lads! QPR are going on a European adventure. We finished 4th in the Premier League this year. That final day of the season would have been absolutely insane. I mean, I know it's in QPR's club nature to have pretty wild final days, alas the 2012 Man City title, but we finished 4th with Man United 1 point behind us and Liverpool and Everton 2 points behind us. That's a big difference between Champions League and Europa League. 1 point, my word. At the other end of the spectrum, however, it is going to be Burnley, Watford and Bournemouth all getting relegated. Only 11 points for Bournemouth. That's embarrassing. It is Arsenal breaking the mold and winning an FA Cup this season, however, but normal service in the Carabao Cup. Man City champions there. Real Madrid win the Champions League again, whilst it is VfL Wolfsburg taking down Arsenal 2-1 in the Europa League final. So there we go, lads. Whilst it was not the most ridiculous season in terms of transfers, we have qualified for Season 6's Champions League. Going to give us a nice little cash injection, but we're going to get a serious crack at completing the QPR rebuild. Coming out of the gates here in season number 6 and throwing an absolute right hook. Chris Willock. He's been a decent player for us, but it's time to say goodbye as we sell the Englishman to Stade Rennais in the French League for £40 million. And in response, we've got a game changer of a player. It is Pedro Neto joining us here. Oh my God, we signed him from Bilbao for £92.5 million, using that Chris Willock and Champions League money to a good cause. That is a massive addition. Welcome to QPR, Pedro Neto. And there it is, lads. I was talking about the possibility of it, but we have officially decided to part ways with Paul Smythe as he heads to Royal Antwerp for £2.8 million. Gonna send the young Spanish goalkeeper Zarzosa on a season-long loan to Angers. And in a move that might surprise a couple of you, I have decided to sell Lucas Toussaint to AC Milan, starting to get up there in age in terms of midfielders. And we got an offer that was too good to refuse. £44.8 million to see him head to AC Milan. And in response, we have made a massive upgrade to the side. It is Declan Bloody Rice joining us here from West Ham United. Another massive transfer fee here in Season 6 as we get the young, well now middle-aged Englishman, middle-aged as well in terms of football because middle-aged in real life is like 40, 50, but Declan Rice joining us from West Ham for £86.7 million. So there we go, lads. Really want to give the Champions League a red-hot crack here in season number 6. Pedro Neto and Declan Rice, love to have them in the club. Stoked to see what they can do. Club record-breaking window in terms of transfers. Let's see what the team's looking like now. So it is a new look side with Neto and Declan Rice in the midfield, but the growth of some of our players, like Ben White, when I signed him, I was like, I know he's good, I know he's got potential, but I don't know how we're going to harness that. I find it very difficult at times to grow central defenders, to grow centre halves. Ben White has been definitely on the roids. 87 overall, absolutely on fire. Dolan at the 90 mark. This is great. So we are in the Champions League here in season number 6, and this is our group. Now, number 1, I want to point out, this group is technically illegal. RB Leipzig and RB Salzburg, I'm pretty certain, cannot be put in the same group in terms of the Champions League or Europa League or anything, I think. So, RB Leipzig, RB Salzburg, and Roma, all in our group. Let's see if we can get out of the group here in season number 6. It's going to be a tough one. Nope! We finish 3rd in our group, missing out on the knockout rounds by 2 points as Leipzig and Roma make it into the knockout rounds. I think, though, we've qualified for the Europa League knockout round. Yeah, there's confirmation. We've taken on Ghent in the Europa League round of 32, so hopefully get a good run in that tournament. So the goal has to be Champions League qualification every season here on in. So far, we're on track for that, sitting in 4th. Brighton, they're breathing down our necks, which is surprising, but we are sitting 4th. 6 points behind Man United, so we're definitely in the title race as well. Gonna look to make some business happen here in the January transfer window, however. Jordan Bayer, like I said, I didn't think he was the end product, not an end game sort of player, so we have sold him to Everton for £22.9 million. And there it is, lads, a big statement signing. Hopefully we get some good growth out of this kid, but it is gonna be Thomas Tavares joining us here from Crystal Palace for £64.7 million, 24 years of age, 84 overall. Excited to get him absolutely firing and hopefully a Champions League winner down the line at QPR. So there we go, fellas. A right back focused window. Tavares in, Bayer out, and hopefully that's the difference maker that can secure us top 4 football and potentially even a title. So it's not going to be a title this season, but thankfully, we have qualified once again for the Champions League in season number 7 as we finish 4th in the Premier League with QPR, 10 points behind Manchester United, who ended Spurs' run of dominance and have won the Premier League. Meanwhile, it's all the Uniteds going down. We've got a United winning the league, but we've got Leeds United, Sheffield United, and Newcastle United all relegated. Aston Villa have taken down Leicester City to win the FA Cup, whilst it is Liverpool winning the Carabao Cup this season. RB Leipzig, who were in our group, did go on to win the Europa, the Champions League this season, I should say, over Atletico Madrid, whilst Manchester United have won the Europa League as well. We didn't make it too far in the Europa League, eliminated by Napoli in the round of 16. Just quietly, that is a massive season from Josh Mayer, who has been flying under the radar so far in this rebuild. 88 overall, 30 goals, 5 assists. That is absolutely phenomenal. You love to see it. Got to give a salute, however, to Kian Prince. Rest in peace, obviously. That goes without saying, but he's been a valuable member of our squad in this rebuild, but he is retiring from his professional career, aged 35, an integral part of our process getting into the Premier League. Thank you for your service to QPR, Kian Prince. But that is going to be season number 6 at Queen's Park Rangers, done and dusted. We now move on to a 7th season in the Champions League once again. The goal needs to be much stronger. We need to get out of the group. We need to go deep. Let's get it done with QPR. Look, I dare say time may be running out for Charlie Kelman to hit the same heights that he hit in that Harrogate Town rebuild earlier in FIFA 21. But he's still turning into a decent prospect for us as a backup striker. Gonna send him out on loan once again this year to Getafe. I was looking through the free agents list to see if there was anybody that could be good for us in terms of younger players when I stumbled upon Liam Delap. I signed him previously in rebuilds. He's got great potential in FIFA 21. We've signed him on a free transfer, beating out Fiorentina and getting a very good backup striker in the process. You love to see it. I'm not complaining about that. He's one of our earliest signings in this rebuild, but it is now time to part ways with Tyreek Mitchell, who is joining Arsenal for £60 million. And in response, it's a big upgrade. It's an endgame type player. Renan Lodi joining us here for £80 million from Napoli. Also going to get rid of one of our day one guys as well. He's been in the starting lineup. We inherited him, but it is going to be Ilias Chair, headed off to Leipzig, the Moroccan attacking midfielder, signing with the Champions League winners for £48.9 million. And that is so we could sign Kai bloody Havertz. I absolutely love this guy, and this is a monster addition to our side. This seriously bumps us up from a Champions League moderate side to we've got to be a contender now, both in the Champions League and the Premier League. Kai Havertz is joining us from Chelsea for £174 million. Staying in West London, doesn't even have to change houses. What a pickup. Welcome to QPR. It's been a busy bloody window so far. We're going to sign another pretty decent backup player, Hakan Çalhanoğlu, the Turkish guy with the incredible free kicks, joining us on a free. And you may have seen it sitting in the pending when we signed Çalhanoğlu earlier, but we are going to use our remaining budget on Chris Metham as a backup central defender option, the Welsh defender, joining us here from Everton for £16.5 million. Holy hell, what a window, lads. What a window. One of the most wild windows we're going to see in this rebuild. Delap on a free, Çalhanoğlu on a free, and then Big Dosh on Lodi and Kai Havertz, Metham as a bench player. Oh my god, I am excited for this season. This is what the side looks like right now. This side is looking this is looking like a snack, lads. Havertz, I'm running out of words for this team, man. This is great. Of course, we are in the Champions League again this season. I'd say we've got a more manageable group this year compared to last. Juventus, obviously, are the biggest opponents, Piemonte Calcio, but Porto, Moscow could cause us some issues, especially Porto if they've kept a lot of their young talent. But I'm hopeful and fully expecting us to get out of the group stage. And that is exactly what we do. Ourselves and Juventus wiping the group. 15 points. We've only conceded 2 goals in the entire group stages. That's a phenomenal result. And in the round of 16, the FIFA gods have blessed us, thankfully, as we've been drawn up against Spartak Moscow. We are in this title race is mental. Only 6 points separate us and 8th placed West Ham. That is cooked. Okay, we might be leading the league, but we are not safe at the moment. No real surprise that we have been unable to do any business here in the January transfer window. Nobody in the starting 11 that really needs to be sold at this point. I want to see how this team goes on a Champions League run this year and see if we have enough firepower to win the Champions League and complete this QPR rebuild. So here we go, lads. Our first time to have Champions League knockout round football at QPR. We are taking on Spartak Moscow. On paper and in theory, they are a side that we should be beating, but we all know how fun FIFA's simulation system can be this year. So fingers crossed we don't get absolutely duped here. Fingers crossed we can get the job done against Spartak Moscow. Jumping into the first leg as we head to Russia, heading to the Russian capital of Moscow, and we're going to simulate in 3, 2, 1. The scoreline is a 4-0 win. That is massive. That's exactly what we wanted. 4 away goals as well, so surely we don't bottle it. Surely we're going to the quarters. Okay, that's a little spanner in the works. Gregor Kobel is out for the next 2 months. Thank God we had such a big advantage in that first leg. but we could be in big strife moving forward. So here we go, the second leg at home at Loftus Road for the first time in this rebuild with Champions League knockout football. Zarzoso, of course, the man that we're calling upon to get in between the sticks since we have the injury to Gregor Kobel. But we're not going to stuff around. We're going to simulate this second leg, and surely we go through to the Champions League quarters. It is a 2-1 win, meaning we head through comfortably 6-1 on aggregate. And in the quarterfinals, we have been matched up against the side that eliminated us in the Europa League round of 16 last season. It is Napoli. It is a massive, massive challenge. We've stolen Renan Lodi from them, but hopefully we can get it done in the quarterfinals. So still no Gregor Kobel as we get into the first leg. Luckily we have a full strength starting 11 besides the Swiss shot stopper being out, but we are traveling to beautiful sunny Naples here for the first leg against Napoli in these Champions League quarterfinals. Looking to get some away goals on the board. Hopefully 4 away goals again as well. That would be real nice, but we are going to simulate the first leg, and the scoreline is a 0-0 draw. I mean, we're still in it, but no away goals could really cause some issues in the second leg. So here we go, lads. Time for the second leg. We are at Loftus Road. We need a big defensive performance because if Napoli do get some away goals on the board, then we're going to have to win this game outright. If they get 1 goal, that means we automatically need to get 2. We don't want to be chasing our tail. We need to be on top of it. The second leg at Loftus Road is going to be... Oh my God. Oh, this is why I love the away goals rule so much when we score them. It's a 2-2 draw, and Napoli have used my favorite thing against us. Napoli are headed to the semi-finals on away goals rule. We are really turning into Arsenal, aren't we? It's another 4th placed finish here with QPR. Thankfully, we almost bottled the Champions League football for next year, but we hang on by 2 points. And we have gone from 1st on the 1st of January to 4th at the end of the season. But we're playing Champions League next year, so grateful for that. Crystal Palace, Bournemouth and Watford relegated though. At least we get some silverware. Finally, lads, we get some silverware to our name as we take down Arsenal 3-0 and have won the FA Cup final. We've done the double, fellas. 3-1 win in the Carabao Cup final as we take down Man United. That's a big tick of approval because Man United have won the Champions League this year, whilst Bayer Leverkusen win an all-German Europa League final. Again, Josh Mayer, what a season for the man, 34 goals. Also, Kai Havertz, his first year at QPR, justifying the price tag, 32 goals and 16 assists. Bloody hell, mate. So there we go. That is season number 7 at QPR. Done and dusted. Extremely disappointed to only make it to the quarterfinals of the Champions League, but hopefully with a full strength squad next year, Gregor Kobel coming back, hopefully we can go deeper in the Champions League than this year. Alright, I really want to make sure that we can go on a deep run in the Champions League this year. We are coming in with just... I can't even believe they accepted this offer. We're departing ways with Axel Tuanzebe, which kind of, I'm upset about it, but Barcelona have paid us £144.8 million. I can get over my emotions for that price. Bloody hell. But this one makes me emotional. Charlie Kelman, we have decided to part ways with the American striker. He's a rebuild Hall of Famer, but he hasn't been able to strike gold twice in this rebuild. We've sold Charlie Kelman to Leicester City for 8.5 mil. And we have got ourselves another ridiculous addition to the side. I know it's only a +1 upgrade on Tuanzebe, but room to grow. And at this point of the career mode, 1 or 2 overall can be the difference maker between winning the Champions League and finishing in the round of 16. That's how good these teams are at this point. So we have spent £120 million on Dayo Upamecano. Can't believe I'm saying this. I cannot believe I'm saying this. But we've just signed Neymar Jr. on a free transfer to QPR. 35-year-old Neymar is going on a world tour. He's coming to the Premier League finally, joining us here at QPR on a free. This is just pure profit. This is profit. Liam Delap, we brought him on a free a few years ago, and now we've sent him to Bayern Munich for £56.5 million. And in response, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves another massive signing. Adam Lozek, the striker, will be joining us here, the Czech striker, joining us from Brighton for £121.5 million. Now, my thought process, what I'm doing is I'm putting Eddie Nketiah down to backup striker. Lozek is going to join us as the starting striker, and I'm hoping, because he's so young and he's just got such good potential, we can get him up to an 88 or 89 rating this season. It's adventurous hope, but we'll see how we go. But the transfers continue. I have signed Leroy Sané from Manchester City, so he's gone back to Man City in this save. We have signed Leroy Sané for £86.2 million. I've spent £86 million on somebody that I intend on having sitting on the bench. This is silly. This rebuild just continues to shock me. This rebuild is cooked. £327 million of talent into the club. 2 of them are going to sit on the starting 11. 2 of them are going to sit on the bench. Oh my God. So this is what the starting lineup is looking like now. Just really need Lozek and Tavares to pick it up slightly, even Kobel to an extent, but the team is cooked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players in the 90s already. It's a fair estimate to say that White, NATO are great expectations of hitting the 90s as well this season. So yeah, I mean, this team is just wild. So it's our 3rd year in the Champions League, looking to get out of the group stages for a second successive season. Inter Milan, a great side. We know Spartak Moscow are a fair shout at getting out of the group as well, because we versed them in the round of 16 2 years ago. But let's simulate and see if we're out for a second straight year. We are out 15 points. Once again, we top Group G and are back in the round of 16. And in the round of 16, we are taking on VfL Wolfsburg. Hopefully take down the German outfit and get ourselves into the quarterfinals once again. We cannot get past 4th position. Don't tell me we're gonna have a 4th year of finishing 4th. Like, yeah, obviously I'm grateful to finish 4th because we would get Champions League football, but I want a Premier League title. I want a Premier League title with QPR. Come on, man. FIFA gods. Look out for your boy. Gonna keep things the way they are though, following the January transfer window. That summer window was just ridiculous. Let's hope we've done enough. Let's hope. Come on, let's go take on Wolfsburg. Last year, the Champions League round of 16 was an absolute breeze for us, and I'm hoping that it is more of the same this season. We've got the first leg away in Germany. We know we need to score some away goals. We know that the away goals stuffed us up last year. We're gonna jump into it though, taking on Wolfsburg, and the scoreline against Wolfsburg is going to be a 4-1 win. 4 away goals on the board. That is massive. That is huge. And that's a great start. So jumping into this second leg at Loftus Road, feeling very confident about our chances of getting into the quarterfinals for a second straight year. For me personally, I just want to make sure that we have a healthy squad and that we don't get suspensions, don't get players crippled for the next game. But we're going to jump into the second leg against Wolfsburg, and we are headed to the rounders or to the quarterfinals for a second straight year. It's a 1-1 draw, meaning we go through 5-2 on aggregate. But it is another massive challenge for the Champions League quarterfinals, as we have been drawn up against Real Madrid. This is where we stumbled last year. This is the furthest we have made it as QPR gaffer. The quarterfinals are a hurdle we need to get over. We have a massive opportunity, but a massive challenge here for the first leg as we travel to the world famous Santiago Bernabeu, taking on Real Madrid, the Galacticos. Let's see what this first leg has in store. It is going to be A1, Josh Mayer, my man, Josh Mayer, the Nigerian English striker, banging the goal in the 90th minute, gets us a crucial away goal. Come on. The advantage is in our favour following that late goal from Josh Mayer. He was our hero in the first leg, and I'm hoping we can get more of the same from him here in the second leg. A draw or a win gets us through to the semi-finals. We're going to jump into it here at Loftus Road, taking on Real Madrid. The scoreline is a 2-2 draw. Maya's been red carded though. A straight red card in the 51st minute. That is worrying. Pedro Neto with the goal. If Pedro Neto didn't score that goal in the 89th minute, we would have been eliminated on away goals rules. So that is absolutely, the scenes would have been insane. Maya gets red carded, but Neto scores a winning goal in the 89th minute. Okay, 4 teams remain. Champions League semi-finals time. Man City are the team on our horizon with the opportunity to face either Leipzig or is what is looking like Atletico Madrid in a Champions League final. But we need to take it one step at a time. Man City, bring it. Thankfully, we are going to have the first leg on the road once again. Eddie and Kedia back into the starting lineup, linking up top there with Lozek as we have the away leg first. Need to get some away goals on the board. We're going to jump right into it. Away at the Etihad for leg number 1, heading to Manchester. The scoreline is going to be a 2-1 win. We know how things go when QPR play Man City at the Etihad, but this time there's no Aguero moment. It is Dolan getting us the 2-1 away leg win. We've got 2 away goals on the board, and Maya is now going to be back in the starting line. Our destiny is in our hands, lads. We hold the advantage. A draw or a win, just like that. The same result really against like Real Madrid. Same scenario. A draw or a win will result in a Champions League final berth as we take on Man City at Loftus Road. We're headed to a Champions League final. Kai Havertz, Josh Mayer, both getting on the scorer sheet. 2-0 win. We head to the Champions League final. Come on, lads. Let's go QPR. And in the Champions League final in season number 8, we are going to be versing Atletico Madrid. Taking a look around the grounds at the other results, Juventus have won an all-Italian Europa League final. We did it, lads! No, we didn't win a Premier League title, but we finished above 4th. Come on! 3rd place in the Premier League here with QPR, meaning we've once again qualified for the Champions League. Would have loved a Premier League title this season, but we'll keep pushing next year. Once again, the 3 Uniteds got promoted, but they've been relegated. Leeds, Newcastle, Sheffield, all relegated. We did win the Community Shield at the start of the season, 1-0 over Man City. Spurs have won a North London derby to win the FA Cup. And we have gone back-to-back as Carabao Cup champions as we take down Tottenham 2-0. So it is time to take a look at the stats and the squad in what has been an absolutely ridiculous QPR rebuild so far. We had so much success early on, but it's just felt like such a grind getting ourselves into Champions League football and then getting past it. Like, the Champions League has been such a grind so far. I'm so excited to see how some of the players, especially the young guys that we've had here since the early days, I've been able to mold them through development, make them 5-star skillers, 5-star weak foot for the most part. Players like Tyrese Dolan, Josh Mayer, I'm so keen to see what these guys can do. If you've seen my Chelsea career mode, you know that Kai Havertz is a certified baller, so I know what to expect from him. But hopefully the lads can get the job done. It's a cooked starting lineup. It's an even more cooked bench. But is it going to be a big result for the lads from Loftus Road? Can we get QPR, the Royals, a Champions League title? We're about to find out as Queen's Park Rangers take on Atletico Madrid in the Champions League final. Here we go. Champions League final. Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid versus QPR. Let's get it done and get ourselves a title. Come on. Hello, Zach. Can't get in front of the man. Here we go, though. Josh Mayer going to Pedro Neto. Across. Headed away. Second bite of the cherry here, though. Declan Rice going to Josh Mayer. Tempted to have a little long shot, but let's see if we can get something moving here. Lozek, Mayer, a bit of space, and it is a goal! You can't give Josh Mayer that much space. We can't get the green beam, but we get enough on it as we beat Jan Oblak, is it? As we get the Champions League lead. Come on. Corner here for Atletico Madrid. Held away there from Pedro Neto. Put pressure on them. Atletico looking for an equaliser, though. Newhouse. Going through. Close it down. Close it down. Good save from Kobel. But it is going to be another corner here for Atletico Madrid. Tavares can't get rid of it. Punched away from Kobel. What a block. Great block. See if we can hit him on the counter. Havertz, a bit of space. I see the run on the left, but we're going to stay a little central. Mayer is going to play that one there. I see Havertz making a good run. Havertz is running in. Take it out. That's got to be a red. That's got to be a red for Soyuncu. Show him the red. Show him the red. Reach. He's gone. Get out of here. Get out of here, Soyuncu. Atletico Madrid down to 10 men. Got the free kick here. Trying to find top bins with Lozak. Got to get it perfect. Green beam, please. Lozak, yellow beam, but it beats Oblak. We've got the double advantage. Come on, lads. What a finish there from Lozak, the Czech striker. And it is advantage QPR with 11 men versus 10. This is our game to lose. Nicely won there from Meccano. See if we get something going here. Nato. Go for it. Blocked. Oh, it's been saved, man. Come on. We've had all momentum. We just can't get ourselves a third goal. I see that run down the middle there. That's a good ball to Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz chips it. Punched away. Oh, finish. What a goal! Oh my God, Atletico Madrid have just shot themselves in the foot there. Tyrese Dolan, the man from day one, our first ever signing, gets a goal in the Champions League final, and we're surely going to be champions of Europe. Come on, get a fourth. Cherry on top sort of moment. Lozek, he's already got a goal to his name. He's going to shoot, and it's going to be saved there from Oblak. There we go, lads. We've done it. We've completed the QPR rebuild. 8 long seasons, but the journey is coming to an end. Queen's Park Rangers are champions of Europe. Lads, if you enjoyed today's monster rebuild, make sure you leave a like on the video. Scorpion, kick that subscribe button down below if you're new around here. But please, enjoy these title celebrations. It's been Jared HD here. I'm out. Peace.